For the improving paragraph questions, there's basically two overarching types of questions that you can get. All right, you can get in context questions. So what that means, right? In context means that it matters where that sentence lies within the paragraph itself, right? So for in context questions, it's important that you go back to the passage and look at how the sentence that they're asking you to fix works within the passage itself, right? So does it really flow, right? Does it flow out of the sentence before it into the sentence after it, right? Does it all go together? All right. The second type of question that you could get are not in context questions. All right. So it should be pretty easy to see which type of question you have in this test. Most in context questions will actually say in context. All right. And all the ones that aren't in context just won't say it. Okay. And the nice thing about not in context questions is that you don't actually have to go back to the passage at all. Okay. They'll ask you to fix a sentence, but really they don't care how it flows within the passage. They just want the best version of that sentence. So actually these you can treat these just like the improving paragraphs. Okay. So the same rules that we learned for the improving sentences. So you can treat like the improving sentences. So all the rules that we learned for the improving sentences, you can apply to the not in context questions. Okay. Now, some questions that might not say in context explicitly are insert or add questions, omit questions, or organization questions. All right. Insert or add questions will ask you to either insert parts of a sentence into an existing sentence or add a new, entirely new sentence into your passage altogether. Okay. This is obviously an in context question because you're like putting something new into your passage, right? So it has to flow wherever it's being put. All right. It has to flow out of the sentence that's before it and into the one after it. Okay. Omit questions are asking you to take things out, right? Again, the sentence that you take out doesn't necessarily have to flow in the passage, but by taking out a sentence, you are now putting two sentences that weren't back to back before. Now they're right next to each other, right? So you have to make sure that the two sentences that were surrounding the one you're taking out actually make sense together as well. Okay, that's very important. Organization questions, you're rearranging, right? So they're asking you to move sentences around in your paragraph. Again, it matters whether that move is an actual good one, right? That sounds good in your passage, or whether it makes no sense. So again, it's an in context, all right? So the first thing you should do when you see an improving paragraph question is decide, is it in context or not in context? If it's in context, it's more about relationships and how it works within the passage. If it's not in context, all you care about is what is the best version of the sentence, right? You don't even care about meaning so much, okay? So that's how you generally approach improving paragraphs.